WooCommerce or Shopify. One gives you total control and flexibility. The other gives you simplicity and speed. One can be cheaper long-term. The other can save time and technical work. Choose the wrong platform and you could end up rebuilding your entire store 6 months from now. So which one is right for you? I'm Olivia from Style Factory, and in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly where each platform wins and loses, and the single factor that should probably decide things for you. But the first thing I want to explain is the key difference between WooCommerce and Shopify. Okay, so WooCommerce is a plugin for WordPress. To use it, you'll need an existing WordPress website. But Shopify is a fully hosted store builder that you access via a web browser. You don't have to install any software or buy any hosting to use it. Now, both approaches to store building have their pros and cons, and I'm going to take you through these now. I'll start with the key reasons to use WooCommerce over Shopify. 1. It can be used for free. WooCommerce is an open source tool that can be used for free. But there's a catch. As I mentioned, WooCommerce can only be used on a WordPress site, and using WordPress involves hosting fees or a subscription. If you're smart with your setup, however, these can be significantly less than the cost of a Shopify subscription. 2. You are not boxed in. Because WordPress and WooCommerce are open source tools, you can build pretty much anything you like with them. You're dealing with tools that are customizable right down to the source code. Shopify is flexible too, but it takes more of a walled garden approach to proceedings. You have no control over the server or the core code. 3. WooCommerce and WordPress can be great for content marketers. Because WooCommerce runs on WordPress, you're dealing with a more powerful content management system than Shopify's. It gives you stronger blogging tools, better post categorization, and greater control over site structure. All these can be invaluable if the main way you intend to promote your store is through content marketing. And because WordPress gives you full control over your code and hosting, WooCommerce gives you more control over technical SEO, which can make a real difference to your content visibility. 4. There are far more themes and plugins available for WooCommerce. There are thousands of plugins and themes available for WooCommerce and WordPress, but the number of free themes available for Shopify is very small. There are just 24 free templates bundled with the platform, and its premium ones are very expensive. And although a lot of add-ons are available for Shopify, they're not always cheap either. 5. WooCommerce doesn't come with user account limits. Shopify places strict limits on the number of staff accounts you can have. You are restricted to just one user account on Shopify's starter and basic plans. So if you need team members to manage your store, Shopify immediately forces you onto a fairly expensive Grow plan. With WooCommerce, you don't have to worry about account user limits at all. 6. WooCommerce lets you sell in more languages. An e-commerce site built with WooCommerce and the WordPress multilingual plugin can involve as many languages as you like. Shopify, however, restricts you to selling in 20 languages. Okay, so those are the key advantages of using WooCommerce over Shopify. But where does Shopify win? I'll come to that in just a moment. But first, I just wanted to say that if you're interested in trying either platform out, you'll find links to a free download of WooCommerce and an extended version of the Shopify trial in the video description. Okay, let's look at the advantages of using Shopify over WooCommerce. 1. Shopify is much easier to use. With WooCommerce, there can be a lot of technical work to deal with. WordPress installs, plugins, updates, checking PCI compliance. With Shopify, you sign up and you build. Themes, payments, reporting, hosting, everything's in one place. And the user interface is very intuitive. And this means you can get a store live much faster with Shopify. 2. Site maintenance isn't your problem. With a WordPress-based store, you have to regularly perform software updates to ensure that your site remains secure. If you fail to do this, it can become very vulnerable to being hacked. But Shopify takes care of this kind of maintenance work on your behalf, which saves you a lot of time and gives you a lot more peace of mind. 3. Shopify makes PCI compliance a lot easier. A big advantage of Shopify is that it's PCI compliant by default, meaning that it meets the official security standards required for safely processing credit card payments. But with WooCommerce, achieving PCI compliance depends on how you configure things. Your payment gateway, hosting provider, security plugins, and site maintenance all play a role here. For non-technical users, all this may prove challenging. 4. Shopify is much better for dropshipping. Dropshipping is a way of selling goods where you don't manufacture, purchase, store, or deliver any products yourself. Instead, you take orders for products via an online store and pass them on to a supplier. The supplier then sends the goods to the customer and charges you a fee for doing so. Shopify is a better solution for dropshipping than WooCommerce. There are far more dropshipping apps available for Shopify, and the platform gives you access to excellent free dropshipping resources too. You'll find links to these in the video description. 5. Shopify gives you integrated point-of-sale tools. Point-of-sale features let you sell products in a physical location. For example, a retail outlet, market stall, a pop-up shop, etc. Point-of-sale with WooCommerce always involves adding a plugin and working with third-party services. But Shopify gives you access to a built-in solution, Shopify POS, and a dedicated point-of-sale hardware store. 6. Shopify gives you abandoned cart recovery and email marketing tools. Shopify makes it easy to recover lost sales using a built-in abandoned cart recovery feature. This lets you identify customers who didn't complete a purchase and automatically email them an incentive to do so. It also gives you a free email marketing app that integrates directly with your store. You can send up to 10,000 emails per month with this for free and use customer behavior like purchases or browsing activity to trigger targeted campaigns. With WooCommerce, you'll usually need separate plugins or expensive third-party tools to get similar functionality. So those are the key reasons to use Shopify over WooCommerce. So which platform wins? I'll come to my overall verdict in just a moment, but first, if you are interested in trying Shopify out, the best way to do this is via an extended trial. If you check the video description, you'll find a link to a special trial that can be extended to 3 months. Okay, verdict time. So which platform should you choose? WooCommerce or Shopify? In truth, this decision doesn't really boil down to features. Both platforms can power serious professional e-commerce businesses. The real question is, do you want control or simplicity? If you want deep customization, full ownership of your tech stack, advanced content marketing flexibility, and full control over technical SEO, then WooCommerce wins. But you are responsible for managing everything. If you want speed, simplicity, lower technical risk, managed site updates, and a faster launch, Shopify is the better fit, especially if you're just starting out. If you'd like to try either platform out yourself, you'll find links to a WooCommerce free download and a special extendable Shopify free trial in the video description, along with links to useful resources about both platforms. For an even deeper dive into WooCommerce and Shopify, you can read the full WooCommerce versus Shopify comparison on the Style Factory site. To find this, just Google Style Factory WooCommerce versus Shopify. If you found this video useful, I'd love you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe or follow wherever you're watching it. And finally, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. We read them all and will do our best to help.